Hello YouTubers. I've just been watching the alien encounter in Australia. I've had encounters, I think you already know, if you see my website. I've had encounters from the age of 4, not necessarily alien encounters, but I've had paranormal experiences combined with alien encounters while I was growing up. But the most recent event that I believe was an encounter is happened about 2004, I think, 2005. What happened was my husband and I were in bed, and we were just getting down to sleep, and I heard this droning, humming noise over the flat, and I knew in my heart what it was, but I didn't bother panicking because I thought there was no sense in panicking. If they're going to come, they're going to come. And I don't know, I don't remember much else after that, but the next morning we both woke up. I had bruising on the inside of my thighs, and I mean heavy bruising, not light bruising, heavy bruising. I know my husband didn't do that. And then on this arm was a, so you can see how big my fingers are, yeah? My fingers were thin like mine, but they were longer, because I actually put my hand up against the handprint on his arm, because I wasn't sure if it was my handprint or some, and the fingers were too long and too narrow to be mine. So I didn't say anything to my husband because I didn't want to worry him. I had a feeling what had happened was we'd been taken in the night. Which group took us, I don't know, because I've encountered the Greys. I've been taken by some human-looking type beings, and this group, I'm not really sure what they were, because the only imprint they left was the bruising on me and the handprint on him. Now, what their agenda was for that, I don't know, because if they had taken DNA from me like the Greys did, I would have probably, like the Greys, I had a little piercing head of a pin, you know, in my navel. So, you know, that it was something obviously took DNA, you know, over and that. But with this what happened this particular night, I'm not really sure, because the bruising on the inside of my thighs was quite heavy, and I knew, like I said, I knew it wasn't my husband, and I knew the handprint on his arm wasn't mine, but I couldn't, I think what bothered me most was not knowing which group took us, because the other encounters I've had have never, I mean, even when the Greys took me and they took my ova and DNA, they never left any bruising, nothing severe. But I mean, I'm not, funny enough, I'm not traumatized by it. I'm just puzzled as to which group it was that would do that to my husband and me. And the thing is, they haven't come back, because they only did it once, and I can't recall if I photographed the handprint, which might be on my other hard drive, or not. I can't even remember if I photographed. I think it might have been before I got my digital camera, but the bruising on the inside of my thighs was so heavy that it wasn't normal bruising. The thing was, it didn't hurt. Bruising didn't hurt, but it was very deep and dark. You know, it was really dark, like, you know when you really hurt yourself. It was like something heavy put the bruising on the inside of my thighs, but I know it wasn't my husband. And, you know, to this day, you know, I wonder, you know, it was like my legs had been forced open by something, you know, but I knew it wasn't my husband, because he wouldn't do that. And whatever forced my legs open, the bruising was bigger than my hand. It was bigger than his hand. So, it was quite deep and intense. And like I said, funny enough, the bruising didn't hurt. There was no pain associated with it. It was just really dark. And, like I said, the handprint he had on his arm, so it's about here. Obviously you can't do it on yourself, but it was right about here on his arm. And the fingers were really long, and they were slender. And I actually did point the handprint out to him. And he knew that, he knew I hadn't done anything to him in the night. And, I don't think he thinks about it much anymore, really. But it's just, this encounter in Australia with this woman and her family, I know it's true. And, but it's extraordinary that her son and her husband got to see the croft that she was taken up in, and hadn't actually been taken themselves. So, that is an interesting one to look into. And like I said, I've had experiences going back from the time I was 4, and it just sort of, when you hear other people's experiences, I mean, sometimes you feel like, I don't know, sometimes I feel my experiences are pale into insignificance, because I'm fortunate, and that mine are less traumatic. That I cope with them better than some people. But that, obviously, this woman was, and her family, especially this woman, was really traumatized by her experience. But I'll leave this for you for now, and speak to you later.